Hello, I'm the narrator of the story you're about to hear. This video was sent to us by someone who truly experienced this event. The names in this story have been changed to protect the identity of those involved. However, according to the person who shared it, everything in this story is real. So grab some popcorn, turn off the lights if you dare, and enjoy this new episode. Hello, my name is John, and I'd like to share a creepy story that happened to me and my friend Emily. It wasn't something paranormal, but it was truly terrifying. This experience happened on Halloween. And yes, this actually happened. We had decided to go to a haunted house in our area. It was kind of a big deal because we had never actually been inside one before. Up until then, we always did the usual trick-or-treating. We were both 11 at the time. As we walked up to the haunted house, I immediately felt uneasy. It looked terrifying, way too realistic. You could tell the people who built it put a lot of time and effort into it. It was a maze-style haunted house, and the goal was to find your way out in total darkness. When we stepped inside, my friend chickened out and said I had to lead the way. I was a little annoyed, but I agreed. Inside it was pitch black. I could barely see a thing. Then out of nowhere, this fake Michael Myers looking guy jumped out and scared the living hell out of me. I screamed so loud. A few minutes later, I accidentally stumbled down a staircase into what turned out to be a basement. I had no idea it was even there. They never gave any instructions, so we just assumed we had to find the exit on our own. My friend spotted a door and thought it might be the way out. She opened it and I followed right behind her. But it wasn't what we hoped for. Inside there was this dim red light, and something just felt off. The air was heavy. We didn't stick around to find out what was in there. We turned around and ran. Eventually we ran into another guy who claimed he had found the way out. We followed him and thankfully made it outside. We were shaken but relieved. As we were walking home, still processing what had happened, a car pulled up beside us. A man leaned out and said he had candy in his trunk. Now, I was pretty dumb back then and I followed him. My friend did too. He popped open the trunk and sure enough, it was full of candy. I got excited and started grabbing some. Then he said something that made my stomach drop. "I've got a lot more at my house. Want to come?" At that moment, we noticed something chilling. In the car, barely visible through the side window, were about 4 other men. All of them were staring at us. Creepy smiles. Yellow teeth. Most were balding with greasy black or brown hair. One guy was bald with a neck tattoo. My friend froze and then bolted. I didn't even think. I just ran after her. The car started following us slowly, trying not to look suspicious. We reached a dead-end street and didn't know what to do. I made a split-second decision and darted into the woods. My friend dug behind some bushes. Then I spotted a little natural hiding spot, a dip in the ground surrounded by low-hanging branches. I pulled her in and covered the opening with more branches, making it nearly impossible to see us. We heard footsteps. Someone was nearby. We held our breath. At one point, I saw a pair of feet pass just a few steps in front of us, then walk down the hill. We waited. The sounds grew fainter and fainter until they finally disappeared. When we were sure they were gone, we tore out of there and sprinted all the way to my house. We called the police, but without a license plate or solid description, there wasn't much they could do. We never really talked about it again. We just moved on. But that was, hands down, the scariest moment of my life. And even though it didn't ruin Halloween for me, I still love the holiday. I'll never forget that night.